Hello, this is an English lesson for the first grade of high school. Our topic for today is map reading and what we can find on a map. My name is Jasna Dobrotić and I will be your English teacher today. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to recognize the most common types of maps, their characteristics, and what we can find on them. You are also going to write a short text about a place of your choice and explain why you have chosen that place. You will need a notebook, something to write with, and a mobile phone or a computer. You can pause the video anytime you like. So let's get started. I hope that many students from all over Croatia are watching this lesson. Where do you live? Is it in a city, in a town, in a village, on an island? What's the name of your place? You are going to see some place names. Try to guess which ones are real and which ones are fake. Wigwig, fatty hat, pitimi, nasty, matching tie, beer. So what do you think? Which ones are real and which ones are fake? Well, believe it or not, they are all real. Some people are famous for going to unfamiliar places and uncharted territories. This was Christopher Columbus, the explorer who sailed the ocean blue in 1492. Ferdinand Magellan became the first European to cross the Pacific Ocean in 1521. Marco Polo may be the most storied Far East traveler, but he certainly was not the first. Without these famous people, our maps wouldn't look like they do today. You are going to read some statements about these famous explorers. Try to decide if they are true or false. Columbus set out to prove the earth was round. True or false? False. The ancient Greeks had already proven it. By 1492, most educated people knew the planet was not flat. Columbus was not the first European to cross the Atlantic Ocean. True or false? True. The Norse Viking Leif Erikson is believed to have landed in present-day Newfoundland around 1000 AD. Nina and Pinta were not the actual names of two of Columbus' three ships. True or false? True. In 15th century Spain, ships were traditionally named after saints. Sailors, however, gave less decent nicknames to their ships. Mariners named one of the three ships the Pinta, Spanish for the painted one or prostitute. The Santa Clara was nicknamed the Niña in honor of its owner Juan Niño. Magellan's expedition had a Portuguese crew. True or false? It's false. Spaniards and Portuguese made up the majority of the sailors, but the voyage also included sailors from Greece, Sicily, England, France, Germany, and even North Africa. Magellan gave the Pacific Ocean its name. True or false? Well, it's true. After terrible storms near southern South America and losing one of his ships, Magellan finally entered what is now known as the Strait of Magellan in November 1520. Crossing into a calm and gentle ocean, he named it Mar Pacifico, which means peaceful sea in Portuguese. Marco Polo joined his father and uncle on their expedition because they were very close. True or false? It's false. A few months before Marco Polo was born in 1254, his father and uncle left Italy on a trading excursion to Asia. The brothers returned to Venice 15 years later, and it was only then that Marco finally met Niccolo, the father he never knew he had. There are various types of maps. Here are some of the most common ones. General reference maps portray landforms, national boundaries, bodies of water, the locations of cities, and so on. Political maps don't have any topographic features like mountains or deserts. They focus solely on the state and national boundaries of a place, and may also include the locations of small towns depending on the detail of the maps. Climate maps show information about the climate of an area as well as things like the specific climatic zones based on the temperature, the amount of snow an area receives, or the average number of cloudy days. There are 5 elements of any map. The first one is the title. It gives basic information about the map, such as the area it represents. A map should also have the legend or key, which explains what symbols used on that particular map represent. For example, main roads, railway tracks and stations, gardens or arboretums, sites of historic battles, woods with non-coniferous trees. The third element is the grid, which is commonly the geographic grid system or latitude and longitude marks used to locate specific locations. Latitude is flat and longitude goes up and down. Your next element would be directions. It could be a compass rose or some other symbol used to indicate the cardinal directions of north, east, south, and west. There are 2 sentences that you can use to help you remember the main directions. Nobody ever swallows whales. Naughty elephants squirt water. The last element of any map is the scale, which shows the relation between a certain distance on the map and the actual distance in real life. For example, 1 centimeter on the map can represent 250 meters in real life. Let's go together to the first link and see what we can usually find on maps. So what can we find on a map? There are continents like Australia, which is both a continent and a country. Then Kenya, an example of a country. Capital cities like Manila, the capital of the Philippines. Mountains like the Ural Mountains in Russia. Lakes like the Caspian Lake, which is the world's largest inland body of water or the world's largest lake. Oceans like the Pacific Ocean. Seas like the Barents Sea. Rivers and the example of the Amazon River. islands like Iceland, which is both a country and an island, and deserts. For example, the Atacama Desert in South America. Now it's time to pause the video for the Around the Globe quiz. Follow the second link and try to complete the challenge. I hope that you have been successful. Now it's time to take your notebook and copy this table with words frequently used for measuring in geography. There are three parts of speech in the table: adjectives, adverbs, and nouns. One word is given in each row, and you have to fill in the missing words. Use a dictionary if necessary. You can pause the video now. Let's use some of the words from the table. Copy these 4 sentences in your notebook and fill in the missing words. You can pause the video now. In geography, different places often get compared to one another, so it's time for a little bit of comparison of adjectives. If adjectives are short, you have to use suffixes er and est. For example, high, higher, the highest, or shiny, shinier, the shiniest. If letter Y comes after a consonant, it changes into I. Or hot, hotter, the hottest. The final consonant is doubled if an adjective is short and has one vowel and one final consonant. You always have to use the definite article the in the superlative form. So for example, the Alps are higher than Velebit. If adjectives are long, you have to use the words more and the most. For example, accurate, more accurate, the most accurate. The Mediterranean Sea is more beautiful than the North Sea, for example. Some adjectives are irregular, like the adjective far. So it goes like this: far, further, the furthest. Zagreb is further north than Karlovac. I hope you got inspired, because it's time to choose one place in the world and write a short text of 50 to 70 words where you are going to explain your choice. Pause the video and take your notebook. So let's go through everything once again. Pause the video, click on the link, and try to complete the breakout challenge. I hope that you have successfully completed your breakout adventure. Now it's time to check your word formation table. The missing words are deep, deeply, depth; shallow, shallowly, shallowness; near, near, nearness; long, long, length; thick, thickly, thickness; high, high or highly, height or high. The sentences should be completed in this way. The swimming pool has a deep end for swimmers and a shallow end for kids. We measured the length of our backyard. The ocean crust is 8 kilometers thick on average. The plane was flying at a height of 10,000 meters. We have reached the end of our lesson. I hope you have enjoyed it. Take your time to assess what you have accomplished so far. Have you answered all the questions about the explorers? Have you completed around the globe quiz? Have you completed all the word formation exercises? Have you written a text of at least 50 words and explained why you have chosen a particular place? Have you completed the breakout challenge? Take care of yourselves and see you in our next lesson.